Hello, everyone. Welcome to Celsius 233, your go-to place for fiction book summaries. Today, we will get lost in the pages of The Blind Assassin by Margaret Atwood. The Blind Assassin by Margaret Atwood, published in 2000, is a layered narrative blending family drama, forbidden love, and a fantastical story within a story. The novel explores themes of betrayal, memory, and survival through the life of Iris Chase Griffen, an aging woman recounting her family's tragic past intertwined with her sister Laura's mysterious death, and a posthumously published novel, The Blind Assassin. Plot summary. Iris Chase Griffen stands on the brink of her fading years, burdened by a past filled with love, betrayal, and guilt. Her tale begins in 1945 when her younger sister, Laura Chase, drives a car off a bridge and plunges to her death. The aftermath reveals Laura's novel, The Blind Assassin, a posthumously published work that propels her to literary fame. Iris, however, harbors a private understanding of the truth behind both Laura's death and her enigmatic novel, one she will only unravel as her memories wind through the corridors of time. The Chase sisters grow up in the declining grandeur of their family estate, Avilion, under the shadow of their father, Norval Chase. Once a prosperous industrialist, he is reduced to a broken man by the Great Depression and the demands of running his failing button factory. Their mother's death early in their lives casts a long shadow, leaving the girls to navigate a world of expectations, duty, and loss. Rianai, the housekeeper, assumes the role of caretaker, providing warmth and wisdom, but unable to shield them from the unfolding tragedies. The world of privilege they inhabit begins to crumble, leaving them vulnerable to forces beyond their control. In a desperate bid to save the family's fortunes, Norval arranges for Iris to marry Richard Griffen, a wealthy and influential businessman. At just 18, Iris is thrust into a marriage of cold calculations and suffocating power. Richard exerts control over every aspect of her life, while his sister, Winifred, supervises Iris's behavior and ensures her compliance with societal norms. Avilion is sold, and Iris is whisked into a life of luxury that feels more like imprisonment. Meanwhile, Laura remains in Iris's life, her ethereal presence and peculiar moral rigidity a constant reminder of what Iris has sacrificed. Laura's relationship with Alex Thomas, a political agitator fleeing accusations of arson, becomes a hidden thread binding the sisters and Richard in a web of lies and secrets. Alex is charming and mysterious, a man whose allure disrupts the careful facade of the Griffen household. He seeks refuge with the sisters, sparking a connection that entwines him with both of them. For Laura, Alex represents a forbidden love, pure and tragic. For Iris, he is an escape from her stifling marriage, igniting a passion she never imagined. As the sisters grow closer to Alex, tensions rise. Richard's manipulations tighten, and his true nature as a cruel and controlling figure emerges. Laura, consumed by her ideals and guilt, retreats further into her own world. Iris, torn between duty and desire, struggles to shield her sister from Richard's wrath. The sisters' bond strains under the weight of secrets too heavy to bear, and Laura, always sensitive and vulnerable, begins to unravel. In the background of their lives is Laura's manuscript. The tale within a tale, set in a fantastical world, revolves around a blind assassin and a sacrificial virgin who fall in love. It is a story of betrayal, forbidden desire, and the cost of survival, mirroring the complexities of the sisters' lives. Through the metaphorical lens of this fictional universe, Laura weaves her experiences, fears, and longings into a narrative that holds the key to understanding her perspective. Laura's eventual death, though ruled an accident, carries the weight of intention. The mystery of her suicide is intertwined with the manuscript she leaves behind. In its pages lies a veiled confession, a reflection of the events that led her to that fateful moment. The novel within the manuscript becomes an artifact of Laura's inner torment and unspoken truths, her final gift to the world that failed to understand her. Years later, Iris, now an aging widow, reflects on the events that shaped her life. Her marriage to Richard ended with his death, but not before he inflicted lasting damage. Her daughter, Amy, estranged and troubled, succumbs to addiction, leaving Iris's granddaughter, Sabrina, distant and out of reach. Alone in her final years, Iris dedicates herself to setting the record straight. In a collection of memoirs, She unravels the story of her family, the choices she made, and the truths buried beneath decades of silence. The layers of Laura's manuscript, Iris's reflections, and the interspersed newspaper clippings and ephemera reveal a world where power and privilege dictate the lives of women, where love is both a salvation and a curse, and where the act of storytelling becomes an act of defiance. As Iris writes her final lines, she finds a measure of peace, knowing her words may one day reach her granddaughter and shed light on the shadows that haunted their family. The end is quiet and unassuming, much like Iris herself. Yet within it lies the weight of a life lived in the margins, of sacrifices made and secrets kept. It is a testament to the endurance of memory and the unyielding strength of a woman determined to reclaim her story. This was just one story. Margaret Atwood has plenty more for you to discover. Check them out in the description or on Celsius 233. Remember, while our summaries capture the essence, they can never replace the full experience of reading the book. If this summary intrigued you, consider diving into the complete story, buy the book, and immerse yourself in Margaret Atwood's original work. Bye-bye, take care, have fun.